What up, crew? This is Ben for I Need Peeling, doing a coaching review for SireDinosaurus. Let's get right into it. He is reviewing my game, so this will be interesting. Let's go.
What's up?
Also, forgive me, I am a little bit under the weather, but let's keep going.
What's up, guys? Anybody on comms?
Copy paste that positive message. I like that. Good
Let's
vibes.
see.
Good vibes.
Thanks.
Also, yes, if anyone's in team chat, but there's two duos on your team, so there's a slight chance that they're still in their group chat, not the team chat. Just a small thing. So just type in text chat. Hey, can you guys just join the team chat? And you're all
I'm gonna go check up top and see what they're running. They'll probably be dumb enough to run right into the plaza.
Would have been better.
Good comms. Even if it's like just the beginning, I guess.
That sort of tip is helpful. Good to establish some positivity with your student early on. I really like this so far.
Alright, they got a Rhine. They've got a Mercy. They have what looks like a Symmetra.
A Bastion.
Where is he set?
Behind the Rhine shield.
Okay.
Yeah, behind Ryan.
Push out left.
Yep. Understood. I'm coming down.
Commencing.
Do they have a Mercy?
Yeah.
Really awkward
Alright.
positioning is Ryan. I know this is a given, but you should be like playing with your entire team. Yeah,
So I think it'll be good to do like even just a quick pause here. I think the game sounds maybe overwhelming the coaching points. It also you may want to, you know, like I understand what you're saying, and the coaching point is correct, but especially for newer students, you may want to get Epic Pen or something and, you know, draw on the screen, say you should be over here, or you know, or coming down from the top to drop onto payload, that sort of thing. It's up to you. Let's move on. Epic Pen, very helpful, by the way.
I didn't say that's only bad because you have a shield, but it wasn't even near you.
Yeah, it's yeah, the same thing. Just the coaching is sort of, I feel like as a student I may lose some of what you're saying in the game sounds.
Alright, I gotta run the
Yeah,
cover.
if I recall correctly, Ryan pretty much is the main tank, so you should be pushing for the team, getting the charge, being the front line.
Yeah, that's a good pointer. I think that's well worded. If you have a visual aid, it could help, but not necessarily necessary with that coaching point.
And you died right there because the Pharaoh was shooting from above your shield. All you have to do is look up because your shield.
Alright, let's just go all the way around left.
Higher angles or something like that.
Soldier, how you doing with Farah? Soldier?
She's got Mercy pocketing her.
Let's see, alright. I'm pushed around.
Call the other dash over there.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. Let me roll it back just a little bit.
Call the other dash over there.
Come out and face me.
Alright, Bastion's looking left, and Ryan's pushing left as well. If anybody can get in right side.
I got third.
Okay.
Enemies have a teleporter.
Alright, I'm gonna switch off Ryan and go Zen, so we can get a Discord on Farah.
Good idea.
Alright, I'm switching off tank.
Loud.
We gotta get a Discord on Farah.
True self.
If anybody else wants to go tank, you're welcome to.
Team, that's good.
Alright, Farah's
You guys
discorded.
need.
She's not pocketed right now.
Alright,
Farah's
since
still discorded.
Zen's
Discord on Farah.
weapon is a projectile, you want to be like leading off with where you
Farah's
think
still
you're gonna
discorded.
go.
She's above left.
Otherwise, it's fine to just let
Farrah's
your
still
hit
Discord. I
scan
can't move
like
out until
soldier
we kill
deal
her.
with her.
Farrah's still discorded. Farrah's now
I
on
mean,
bridge.
I think you're focusing on the Pharah a little bit
I
much.
can't go anywhere until we kill Farrah.
Like,
She's almost.
you do like a really like good amount of damage as Zen. Like, if you have a Discord on like a Roadhog or something. Like you're trying to hit the Pharah, but you're missing a lot of shots, and that's normal. But you could be like using your orbs for like killing the tanks.
Fair down.
Because Zen has a lot of DPS. That's good position.
Mercy down.
Yeah, that's weird.
Bastion's down.
Your team's a little spread out.
Good.
See,
Farrah's back out.
times like this, I sort of like to shot call. Like, if I'm playing Zen, usually what I do is call a Discord target slot, and that would pretty much like tell my DPS to start targeting whoever the Discord orb is on. Pretty much having like a shot calling role of the team since I'm playing Zen. And one of the things you can do is just
Farrah's
team
back.
group
Discorded.
up,
She's
group
discorded.
up on the payload or
Teleporter
medium
up top.
flank. Just ask your DPS to help you out.
Fair.
The
Teleporter up
positioning's
top.
really weird here.
Mercy discorded.
So I would go ahead and say, so that's a really good coaching point. The thing you just said about shot calling, I would do something visual on the screen while you're saying that. Even if you're just drawing a smiley face or like drawing a plus or like doing an X to tell the person what not to do, it helps to kind of distract the eye, and it keeps your student from tuning out. Also, so I would separate that one from what you're about to say, which is the thing about the positioning. I watched this VOD last night, so I know where this is going. I think this is a good coaching point. The positioning is kind of strange here, but I would pause it and make the first point, then pause it and make the second point, and use visual aids.
I gotta run.
You're pretty much just a free target for Sim right there.
Symmetra and Mercy are by the globe. I can't Discord.
One of the things about Zen is you could position yourself so that you could use your
Farrah, I'm dead.
orbs in a...
Yeah,
His
I'm not
orbs have no
Farrah
damage
dead,
drop
Farrah
off,
dead.
Mercy
so you
down.
could pretty much play from a decently good range, and you don't have to worry about them just running up on you like
I
that.
got an orb for whoever. Genji, I got an orb before you fall back.
Half your team is going high ground, and then
Symmetra
half your
down.
team is going on the payload, which is weird. I mean, now
Ryan,
that
I got an
you've
orb
that
for
Ryan's
you.
really
I'm on
badly
the low
positioned.
grounds. Hang on, come back, Ryan. Back. Oh.
Your team just got shattered there. You could have helped
Ryan, I
out
got
with
an orb.
healing.
Run behind.
Farrah discorded.
That Ryan was completely out of position.
Farrah's still discorded.
Yeah, so as a visual learner, it would definitely help. Where you're saying the Rhine is out of position, you're correct, but just, to say he's here, he should have been back over there, on payload or helping the diva out or whatever it was. So you're doing a pretty good job of, when you say not to do something, of saying what the player should, me in this case, what the player should be doing instead. So that's a big plus. Keep doing that. One other thing that I might recommend is try to tie. So your pointers are very specific, and that's good. I would try to tie the specific points back to broad theory of the game as often as you can. And some of that's going to depend on your student's attention span and what their learning style is. I have a pretty long attention span for that kind of thing, not necessarily as long for other things. And you'll discover that attention span is variable, actually. It's some people have short attention spans in certain areas and long, even very long, attention spans in other areas. So.
Alright, the team's
Nice.
pushing up.
Yeah.
Nice, getting
There we go.
picks.
All right. Good wipe.
One of Zen's rules, in my opinion, is just picking out
Bastion's almost
targets.
dead.
Discorded.
Take him out.
Yeah, like that.
He's down.
That's good.
Good job.
Sim
That's good. Good praise.
discorded.
She's down. Ryan, come.
Ryan
I'd
discorded.
practice in like a custom game with
I'm down.
like maybe Lucio bots and just
Ryan
try
still discorded. Oh,
leading
Mercy
off at
discorded.
like short range and long range.
So that's really good to give homework. Anytime you do something like that, I would write it down so you can come back to it at the end.
Switching Discord to Farrah. Yeah, okay, Discord on Farah. She's behind. I got her. I got
She
her.
down.
Discord on Ryan. Discord on Soul.
You're in a really
He doesn't
weird
have the
spot.
pocket.
Like, obviously, if you have Ryan, it's good
I'll get it
to
on Bastion
play
as soon as I can.
behind him, or at least.
I think
'cause
it's on
he's-
Bastion.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like I don't know how to describe it, but it's like he's holding the front line, and Zen's position is usually in the back line, protected by the main tanks or shield tanks.
Discord on Bastion. Discord on Bastion.
That's good
Mercy
because they
Valkyrie.
notice you on the side.
Okay.
Like a tracer could have punished you there.
All right, group up.
So this is a really good tip. Again, I'd use a visual for it. Like I'd roll back to the problem spot. Let's see, we're at 7:15 right now. I'd roll back to here and say, you know, you're setting up shop here. You should be here, or here, or down there. So, and any of those might be wrong. You know, maybe you think the best spot for Zen to be is actually back in the server room over there. But I do think a visual will help clarify it. All right, let's roll forward a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna drop trans. Drop a trans.
This is super important.
Good. Emphasize before you're about to say something big.
Never use trans to initiate a fight, because if they know that you pop trans, then if they have a Zarya, I'm not sure if they do, they could just grab you, and then you have nothing to counter it. Because trans is really good to counter enemy ults, but it's not good as like an opening ult. If they have like a soldier, Genji, or whatever ulting, then you can just pop trans and your team's good. But if you use it to open a fight where like you have no like, I guess, damage, like a better team fight initiator is Lucio speed boost, because all your trans does is give really good healing, but it doesn't give any speed boost to your team. Like higher ranks, I guess, you guys would group up and have Reinhardt lead the charge with Lucio boosting you guys into the fight. But
Mercy's dead.
yeah, right
Got a
there, you
Discord on
could,
Farah?
like, I
I'm
think
down.
did they get a shatter off?
Forward for you. See who it's on. All right, I'm gonna.
Wait, you guys got a shatter off, but
Mercy's dead.
yeah, right there. You
got
could
a
have used
Discord on
trans there
Farah?
to
I'm down.
like combo, or not really combo, but help out your Reinhardt with surviving in the team fight.
Ryan's push forward to payload.
Yeah, that's well done. That's well done.
I'm back.
Hold on,
Ryan's push.
I guess I saw something else.
Mercy's dead.
Ryan's push forward. Mercy's rezzing.
Your teammate is really low there.
Mercy's rezzing.
You had your orb on Reaper, but your
Alright, I switched
Moira
Discord back to
is
Farah.
pretty much just dying.
Farah's
and,
above left.
Like, if you can, focus on healing before you start dishing out damage, because of course your main role is a healer. Like, your shots are like, what can I say? Like if you basically can't heal and shoot your orbs at the same time. Since you're sort of busy like poking the enemy team, you couldn't heal your Moira and she died. And that was a really big pick. for
Farah
them.
behind.
Okay, good call out.
She's down. She's getting red by Mercy. Mercy's almost dead.
I think I'm going to narrate these commercials since I can't turn them off. Yes, Bud Light All-Stars. Push buttons as fast as you can. Beat your thunder sticks. Jump up and down. Drink Bud Light. Win at every game ever. Bud Light happy hour.
Like a better healer composition would probably be Mercy Zen.
There it is. Bastion's discorded. If anybody can get a shot on him.
Okay.
Alright. Nice wipe. Yeah, good trickle.
Okay.
Good stagger, good stagger.
Behind you. Barrier activated.
Again, just like chill with your
Genji, I'll leave the orb on you as long as
main
we have line of
tanks
sight.
and the payload or the objective.
I'm gonna drop trans.
Okay, I think that was a good trance. Like, okay, see, in a way, you use this trance to initiate the fight, but it was good because it was like used like at the very like when the team fight actually starts, because like in your other trans about right here.
This is good. You're drawing a contrast between making the correct play and a play that wasn't quite as good. So I like the way that you're setting this up.
You use it to just like walk up into the fight,
Alright, I'm gonna
and
drop
that's a really big
trans.
waste because half of your trans, like you're barely healing anyone, and half your team isn't even in your trans, and the team, the part of the team that is in your trans isn't even
You got a
taking
Discord on
damage
Pharah?
because they're still like moving into like into the enemy team to start the team fight. But your second trans was actually like perfect timing. Because your Reinhardt initiated, and pretty much that signals the other Reinhardts to drop Shatter. And then since your Reinhardt got caught out, he was
Pharah behind, Pharah behind.
That was really good.
She's discorded.
It's not safe.
She's like a 1 health.
She's gonna drop in behind again. That's where she likes to go. She's behind. She's behind. Nice.
She's down.
Good job, Moira. Nice.
She's down.
Good job, Moira.
Your position
She's
is
behind.
a
She's
little
behind.
weird,
Nice.
She's down.
Good job, Moira.
That's fine.
Genji, I got heals for you. Come back. Yeah, there you go.
I was saying because you're a little bit slow to heal your Genji.
Genji, I got heals for you. Come
That's
back.
fine.
Yeah.
It may be, this is another thing where it may be good to partition the coaching points. I think that if you had a thought about the positioning, go ahead and draw in what you'd like to say there, and then make the point about healing the Genji. I think probably both of those are correct. But anyhow, yeah. So let's continue.
There you go.
That soldier is really weirdly positioned.
Mercy.
Yeah, good job, guys. Anybody need heals?
60 seconds.
Symmetra's like one shot.
Fair
Right here.
Okay, just a thing, general knowledge. 3 people on the payload push the cart fastest.
I'm trying to get a
So I
Discord
team
on
to group up a
Pharah.
bit. I don't think
She's
it
probably
needs
gonna
to be
swing
pushed
around
up
left. She likes
that
to go
much.
behind. Yeah, she swung around left. Pharah's left above.
Good call on the
She's
Pharah.
down.
Oh!
See, right there.
Symmetra tried to sneak in behind. She's dead.
Okay. I mean, if that Symmetra wasn't there, you were just walking over there to grab the health pack. And if your team was initiated on, you would have been slow to the fight, which is not good.
Ryan down. Oh, Bastion.
It's free kill.
Soldier ult.
Seconds remaining.
Good. Way to eat it. Oh.
Mercy dead.
Pharah behind.
Oh no, that's not good. Okay. Reason why that happened. Let's see, you were at 3 orbs by the time you saw that Pharah ult.
They hit.
Basically, one of the things I'm seeing with your like Zen gameplay is that you're using a lot of shots, but they're not really going anywhere important. Like you're like
Way to eat it.
you're like
Oh.
using them to
Mercy dead.
Pharah
just for
behind.
shooting for the sake of it. Like right there, you could have like saved your team, saved your diva. It's bad timing.
Tranquility.
It feels a little spread out there.
That'll be it.
Bastion ult.
So one thing about this is I would generally try to make a specific coaching point, take it to broad game theory if you want, and then suggest an action point or an action plan if necessary. So in this case, just reloading before shooting at the Pharah, reloading when I was at 3, probably would have been a good idea. I don't think really any drills are necessary for something like that, but just saying things like remember to reload, that sort of thing. Use right clicks, that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay on payload.
So yeah, payload is fine if it's like overtime. That was a good push for what it is.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
Score 2-0. Switching sides.
I think we'll probably see Pharah again. I'll stick as Zen for now.
Select your hero.
As it is, your comms are pretty good. Like planning, like what's it called, strategizing, really good.
Need a hit scan for that Pharah.
I can switch off Zen and go hit scan, but I like that. I like that. Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Snipe the bird out of the sky, man.
Yeah, man, do that. I'll try to get a Discord on her.
True self is without form.
If she's running.
Hi. Think you can keep up with me?
Greetings.
Hiya.
My ultimate is charging.
5, 4, 3,
My ultimate is charging.
1.
All right,
Attackers
Tracer.
incoming.
I'm gonna throw an orb on you if I can get to you.
Stop the payload.
Yeah, good thing to do.
Okay. Orb on Mercy.
Maybe not in low ranks, but high ranks they like to keep the orb on the tracer. Small tidbit.
Pharah's circling around right. Pharah's going around behind like she does.
Yeah, if you can't land the shots, like don't take them
Ryan, I got an orb.
as frankly as possible. Cause like
Orbs on Mercy. Orbs on Mercy. Focus
you can
Mercy.
like you have a widow, you can just let them deal with
Mercy,
it.
Mercy's alone at payload.
All right,
Team is
Pharah's
in a
above
really
the
weird
globe.
spot. You guys are grouped up.
So it may be worthwhile to mention something about the team comp at this point. Obviously, Zen and Ryan are not necessarily a natural pairing. Zen and Diva a little bit more so. Tracer, I feel like Tracer and Widow probably synergize reasonably well with Zen, just because they're going to be more away, and it would be, they wouldn't synergize as well with, or especially Widow wouldn't synergize as well with someone like Lucio, but I think it might be worthwhile at this point to take a look at our team comp and the enemy team comp, look at where the weaknesses might be. Their Pharah is still doing whatever she wants, despite the Discord orbs and despite the fact that we have a Widow. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do without that, or what to do about that, but yeah. Let's continue.
A good thing to do is just have your team drop
Widow
down
or the
onto the
Discord's
payload
working? Like,
through
is
the
it
back
helping you at all?
area.
Widow.
Like
I'm
go
losing
through
her. She's
the
dipping
back
it up and
route
down,
on
up and down,
off
up
high
and down.
ground
Okay.
and drop
I just
onto
gotta get higher.
the
Okay.
ground
Watch
where the
behind.
payload is pushing.
Some of the audio getting lost again. I'd go ahead and pause most of the time. Sometimes if it's quieter and your volume is turned up, you can probably get away with that, but I'd be careful with it.
Where's your Moira? Your Moira's really like
Trying to help you out, Ryan.
heals.
Diva, give me a
Mercy
sight
and
line,
Zen are
I'll give
down.
you an orb.
Yeah, if that happens, just
And I'm
like
pinned
you're
back in the back. I
in a
can't-
good position,
Okay,
but
I'm
you
falling
can't
back.
see your
I'm
teammates.
falling- Ryan,
You
be
can
careful,
always tell
Ryan.
them
They're all
move
right up there.
into
My system is
line of sight.
Yeah, I lost that one again.
Nice.
I took out Symmetra and Althera.
Playing Zen, personally,
the
a lot of shot calling that I do.
Group up here.
Or at least telling my team to do.
One thing you could do is you could say, you could just do like little quick hits to say, okay, I would call out the Mercy here, or is that their Mercy? I think that's their Mercy.
acknowledge.
Got one.
You know, say this instead of this, that sort of thing.
On Soldier.
They ordered me fair up top.
Ryan,
Use your right
Ryan, I
click
can't
more.
get to you.
That's good. That's a good tip. Quick, effective.
I can't get close either.
Yeah, it's all good. It's
Like
Go.
your right click, it's
on Pharaoh?
really good if you're at a distance, because if they just like shuffle around a certain spot, you can probably land all 5 orbs.
Got one on Mercy.
But don't do it if you need to heal your team. It's really weird, your team just died there. Okay.
Fair.
Mercy down. I'm down though. Their Zen's down.
Yep.
Okay, so
Mercy down.
Mercy's gonna res her.
this happened. A really weird spot.
Mercy down. I'm down though.
Like
Their
you're,
Zen's
you're
down.
pretty much
Yep.
behind the payload. Don't drop forward, cause like you're really
Bro.
put in bad position.
Thanks.
I know it worked out, but
Yep. She's gonna res her. Mercy's gonna res her.
also right here you could have put your healing orb on
Mercy
Moira.
down. I'm down though.
All right, let's get up high if we can. All right, as soon as Pharaoh shows up, I'm gonna drop an orb on her. Unless she's with Mercy, I'll put the orb on Mercy.
She said.
Okay, she doesn't have a pocket right now. Orbs on Pharaoh.
Can't see it.
All right, orbs on Orisa
low.
now. She's over. Orisa's overextended. Punish Orisa.
Who's your healing orb on? Okay.
So Orisa's overextended.
Okay, your Moira was
Punish
like
Orisa?
dying out there. You could have switched the healing orb
Use a visual here.
to Moira. Be like on the lookout, see if your teammates are getting destroyed, because I'm kind of seeing you keeping your healers or your healing orb on full health tanks. Like right there, I think. You could have switched your orb over to Diva, but it was still on Tracer in the back. Yeah.
TwitchCon. Blown away. Beautiful graphics. Blah, blah, blah. Lineage 2. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, we're wiped. We're wiped. Clear out. Clear out. Yeah. Go ahead and get out, Tracer.
Maybe switch off Tracer and Widow. Try something.
This is a flimsy sheet.
Maybe Soldier and Junk.
I'll jump on Soldier.
All right, got one on Pharaoh. Got one on Pharaoh. Nice.
Okay, be with your the main cluster of your team. That Diva's just going off out of nowhere.
Got one on Mercy. Got one on Mercy. All right, I'm jumping on payload.
Oh point.
Into the iris.
Justice reigns from
The
above.
outcome is not preordained.
All I have to say about this part is couldn't hold this point because your team was just all over the place. Especially that Widow. She got picked off in like got picked off right there. So pretty much your team gets staggered after this point. That's Trace over there. Yeah.
Nice.
Like your tank is like your Reinhardt specifically just holding up a shield for Moira, and that's it.
Got one on Mercy. Got
If
one
you
on
guys
Mercy.
grouped up and had like a good defending spot, then
All right, I'm jumping on payload.
probably could have contested this better.
So I'm not sure what. So as a Zen, I might be able to call for that, might not. It may be helpful to indicate where where the proper spot to group up might be, or if I can't get the team to group up, where as Zen you would recommend hanging out, whether it's back in the very back under that little awning in the very back of third point or somewhere else. Yeah.
The main reason why you guys lost this. Is that it? Okay. Alright. So, biggest points I got from watching your VOD. First thing is, just like, time your transcendence is better. Like, your first one where you used it to initiate a fight.
This is good. This is really good. It looks like we've still got some time to go. Stopping to do a full, revisit at the end is really important.
Like, just walk into a fight wasn't that good. But using it this, like, second time to react to a fight, like, this one wasn't that good. It wasn't that
Mercy
effective. But
Got a Discord on
second
Farrah.
Transcendence was really
Bastion's
good. 'Cause
discorded.
you
If
reacted
anybody
to
can get a shot on him.
your team initiating the fight, and especially the
Nice wipe.
Yeah, Earth Shatter.
Yeah, good trickle.
She's down.
It was actually it couldn't have been better timed.
Good.
It was
Swung around.
Like a-
right here.
I'm gonna drop
This
trans.
trans couldn't have been better timed. So don't use it to walk up and fight. Use it to
Oh,
like
Farrah
react
behind,
to a
Farrah
fight.
behind.
But most especially use it to react to
discorded.
an enemy ult.
She's like a 1 health.
Specifically speaking, Genji.
She's gonna drop in
Zarya.
behind again. That's where she likes to
If,
go.
if Zarya drops
She's behind.
her Graviton, then
Nice.
you
Good
just
job,
gonna be
Moira.
grouped up into your Transcendence if you drop it. So really good to counter the ult.
Genji, I got heals.
Second point is
That's good. Well stated.
you're like trying to do a lot of damage and it's not really getting anywhere, and that's stopping you from giving like important heals to your team. Like one that I could remember is probably this is
On her,
like
unless she's-
like
Okay, she
I'm
doesn't
not
have a pocket
trying
right now.
to
Alright, orb's on Orisa now.
rub it in, but this is like one of many. Like right here.
One other suggestion. For this part of it, maybe not for the earlier parts, but I might actually turn the music down or turn the music off. I feel like for this piece of it, especially where we're jumping around a lot, it feels a little distracting.
Yeah, your orb went to Tracer, right? Yeah, your orb went to Tracer, but your Diva was just there getting pinned down and pretty much destroyed. I mean, of course, she was already shattered, but I'm
What's up? Thanks.
trying to find other examples. But your first healing is, or your first priority is healing, and damage second, because Zen is pretty much just a passive healer, so you can just stick your orbs on whoever you want at any time. But using your orbs or your weapon to like damage prevents you from doing that.
Fair.
Like, let me find like specific instance.
Okay. Okay. Alright, group up. Get out. Get out if you can.
Like,
Yeah.
elaborating on that second point, like when you try to do damage with your orbs,
That's why they blew all.
you end up like they end up just
that's
missing. I'll be frank about it.
Alright, Ryan, I got an orb for
Like
you.
probably
About to throw a Discord on
like
Farah.
right here. You're not right here.
I don't see.
Like there are points where you try to shoot the Farah, but nothing happens because you end up missing most of your shots.
I got-
So one thing that you can do here, it sounds like that's a pretty big problem. You could, I feel like it's not entirely clear. So I'm missing the Farah a lot. Should I be choosing a different target? I feel like the specificity of what I should be doing is not quite here. The tips are good, but I feel like it's not helping me understand the game better. So, I think framing it in terms of things like target priority, and in Zen's case, it might even be true that you want to throw the Discord orb on somebody and then shoot, and then throw orbs at somebody else or try to right-click somebody else. I don't know enough about how the character works to be able to speak to that, but I feel like at this point it's really important to get some specificity here. The tips overall seem spot on. They're well delivered. They're calm. They're not negative. That's really good. It's just I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking to do next time, if that makes sense.
Switching Discord to Farah.
Like best thing you can do is
I
call
can't
her
do it.
out, put a Discord on her.
Yeah,
have
okay,
your
Discord on
teammate
Farah.
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Deal with her.
She's behind. I got her. I got
She
her.
down.
I mean, you got the kill, but
Discord on Ryan.
usually that doesn't happen.
Discord on Soldier. He doesn't have the pocket.
Okay, so that was sort of what I was talking about. So you ended up getting it anyway. So throw the Discord on her and then focus on somebody else, or just drive the nail home on that one, if that phrase makes sense.
Like Zen is really good at
I'll get it on
doing
Bastion as soon
damage
as I
to
can.
people for like holding
I think
a
it's on
point.
Bastion. I can't. Yeah, Discord on Bastion.
Like you just throw them into Ryan Shield, that'd be good. You also just throw them into Roadhog and that'd be good.
Okay, that makes sense. There it is.
Another point is your like positioning at some points. We should get something that adds markers, would be great.
Yeah, Epic Pen. Epic Pen is great. It's this little thing right here. It's free. You can draw on the screen with it. You can say, go over here. Don't go over there. You can say you did good here. You can say you didn't do so good right there. And then it's easy to erase, and then go back to the mouse. You can scoot it off screen. There it is. And free.
Happens around you guys push the.
Ryan, I got an orb. for
Run
you.
behind.
Farah discorded. Farah still. Farah discorded.
Yeah, nothing that rank could be there.
Alright, good wipe.
Bastion's almost dead.
Discorded.
Take him out.
That was a good kill.
Shoot down, Ryan, come.
Let's see, it was right around.
Switching Discord to Farah.
Yeah, right here.
Alright, I got her. I got
Shoot
her.
down.
See how your Ryan is like
Discord on Ryan.
pretty much left side, your
Discord
right
on
side.
Soldier. He doesn't have the pocket.
If that soldier like noticed you, he could have just.
I'll get it on
He
Bastion
could
as
have
soon as I
punished you
can.
harder,
Yeah, the audio is getting lost a little bit here, and I would go back to do a diagram of this. Yeah, and say something like, if this soldier notices you, you're in trouble. So go back over here behind the Rhine, go back over there into server room, that sort of thing.
like noticed you, he could have just.
I'll get it on
he
Bastion
could
as
have
soon as I
punished you
can.
harder, but.
I think it's on Bastion.
All fine, but.
Yeah, Discord on Bastion.
You
Discord
can
on
still
Bastion.
like do the same job
Mercy's
you're
bad for
doing
Okay.
behind your healers or behind your
Alright, group up.
shield
Get
tanks
out.
and everything
Get
will
out
be
if you
fine.
can. Yeah, it's okay. Alright, I'm gonna drop
Other than that, I
trans.
really don't have much else to say.
I'm down.
Word to payload.
thing you could do to like practice landing orbs is pretty much just
Can we switch off?
aim training with any hero helps a lot.
I guess we're soldier.
Like just set up bots, have them, especially Lucio ones, harder to hit, but just practice throwing your orbs at them. Maybe even right clicks.
Alright, let's switch Discord back to Farah.
Yeah, right there. That was an example of like missing Farah.
So yeah, just don't shoot at her or aim differently, do more predictive aiming, that sort of thing. Not so I get the Lucio bot aim training. Not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing differently with Farah here.
Oh yeah, they have a Bastion, right? So a thing you could have done is like that Bastion. I'm pretty sure he was like stationary there the whole time. If you like had your Ryan push up and just like shield you, you could have like just charged up your right click and like right there. Like, if you guys are just poking at each other, not really getting much done, you could just like fully charge a right click and just launch it all into him. Cause you like if you know where Bastion is, you're really good at countering him. Cause most times you could punish him for not moving in his turret form at all.
That's good. Very specific. Easily applicable. If you have any thoughts on how to communicate that to the Rhine, briefly, open to that, but otherwise this is really good. So one thing that you can see, like sometimes some coaches will do like graphs or maps or whatever using the visual tools to illustrate like what your attack distance should be, how you should engage with a particular enemy, that sort of thing. So that's one thing that you might be able to do with this late first point, early second point bit that we were having so much trouble with.
Use right clicks more. They're pretty
Yep.
good.
That's good. That's good. Very, very simple and straightforward.
Let's see
Fair
what else
circling
can I
around right,
say.
fair.
Mercy down. I'm down now.
That's pretty much it. Alright. Yeah, other than those points, it's like be more efficient with your orbs, be more efficient with transcendences.
So that's not super specific. I think I understand the trans point, and you kind of you made that made sense earlier the way that you defined it. Don't use it like right at the beginning of a fight. Use it after, like use it either as a reaction or after the fight has already begun. If you know the Zarya ults down, the Genji ults down, the Soldier ults down, that sort of thing. But being more efficient with orbs, I'm not quite sure how to put that into action.
What was the other one? Focus on your healing more. Don't get distracted by trying to do a lot of damage, because Zen does do a lot of damage, but his healing is the reason why people play him. First of all, not first of all. What am I saying? But
With Amazon
Oh, no, definitely not this. Man, I wish we could rewind.
Fire
Oh, no, mute.
TV, you can watch any show or movie that fits your mood,
Mute,
like
mute.
this. Alexa, find
Gosh. Alright, well, we're just... No, we're not pausing on this.
drama. Alexa, find romantic
I
comedies.
won't mute.
That was a roller coaster of emotion.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's pause here. Overall, I thought it was really good. The tips given were generally pretty easy to understand. You know, I mean, obviously your sense of the game is strong. It delivered everything in a pretty even manner, so that's important. You maintained positivity. You were complimentary whenever you could be. One thing that I would do is I would, in a game that didn't go all that well, or where like the player wasn't playing all that well, it may help to punch up the excitement a little bit when the player makes a really good play. But overall, I thought everything was soundly delivered. It was nicely done, even keel. There were a lot of tips, and they were useful tips. The big things that I would point to would be to use visuals as much as you can, to tie it back to the theory of how a player should be thinking about a particular hero or his comp or the map or the game in general. Um, to tie it to things like team fights and how to think in terms of team fights and ultimate economy and that sort of thing. Um, and then, yeah, the positioning stuff was helpful. The right click, using right clicks more, that's easy to put into practice. And then, and then giving specific action items for moving forward, I think would be another thing to focus on. But overall, very nicely done. This was a good review. This is I Need Peeling. Ben, signing off. Have a good night, everybody.